I see them taking ownership of their learning, and that tells me that it's working. It encourages me too. I come into work with a sparkle in my eye, a smile on my face, and a spring to my step. Yes, what's up? At S.T.A.R Academic Center, I make an effort to make my class environment welcoming and exciting so the students can't wait to come in and get going.
We get to learn new things every day that I've never learned before, and that's really interesting.
My intentions are to inspire curiosity in students by having students discover and learn by experience. The students do this by carrying out lots of hands-on experiments.
Faculty don't really learn stuff from that, I like to learn, in my face, I like to see it.
I know I am successful at this because there are very few absences and they come in enthusiastically asking, what are we going to do today? So I've learned to respond, the same thing we do every day. We're going to learn how to save our world. The classroom learning environment is set up so that all students get a chance to learn how they learn best.
Mr. Corrales is like one of the best teachers I had.
He teaches me a lot. He has a lot of patience with all of us.
There's never a limit to asking questions, and he always tries his best to answer my question. Never makes me feel dumb or anything.
I emphasize the use of an interactive notebook.
Before we start an experiment here at S.T.A.R, we like to look over our notes, make sure we're doing everything correctly. We like to write down the procedures so we know exactly what to do at the exact moment.
There's enough equipment that lets us do lots of nice experiments. The limitation in equipment leads to a larger group, so instead of lab partners, there are lab teams. For example, when learning about quantitative acid-base chemistry, we are limited to 4 stations. In some cases, I can pull together enough resources to have students work in small teams, such as when we look at electrolytic cells. It gives them a chance to make mistakes and start over. They get better at it. Students learn to work well together, but they still get frustrated as they have to wait their turn or wait for the one shared instrument.
The one thing now is a struggle because you have to wait in line to clean the tools we're using or to wash your hands. It takes away class time that we can be able to use for labs.
More equipment will lead to smaller groups, and some basic instruments will reduce the wait time. Modernizing some of our equipment will help students learn how to use modern instruments typically in modern labs. I kid the students, telling them that we are using balances similar to what Madame Curie used that led to her getting a couple of Nobel Prizes. But really, they know better and ask, when are we going to get digital balances like they see on CSI? There's genuine concern of the safety equipment as at all ages. As a result, a lot of time is spent on how to prevent accidents and what to do. There's a growing need and concern here.
We need more equipment because the stuff we have, we can't really work with it.
Equipment doesn't work half of the time. It's very irritating, very frustrating.
I think it would be a lot easier if we had lab benches instead of these shaky desks that we use. If we had better equipment, we would have better safety procedures in case we ever had to come across accidents that happen in the lab.
It's not helpful that I don't have the right tools because it doesn't get to my potential that I want to be in class.
I can't wait for the next 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 class because we're going to learn a new experiment.
Because I like to learn more stuff every day.
Because I want to see what the future holds for me.
To learn something new.